Welcome back, guys, to Kerbal Space Explosion. We've got 2 Technobots down. We've got 3 to go. Scattershot landed and returned from Tylo. Nose Cone landed on Vol. And today, we're going to be sending Strafe to Laythe. Strafe to Laythe. My tongue wants to go in a little twist when I say that. Strafe to Laythe. The ocean planet, the space plane. This is the one I've probably most been looking forward to. Landing on an oxygen atmosphere with a space plane that is not Kerbal. So let's not delay. Let's turn off the lights. Man, this ship is getting smaller. It's getting more minimal. It's just a framework, or it will soon be just a framework with some engines on the butt. We'll undock you. Hello. Hello, undock. There's one. Ooh, okay, the camera jumps a little bit, and then undock you. And then pow, and then hit the bracket key to switch. R and T, activate. Thruster jets, go. Back up. Release. There we go, and now Computron only has 2 limbs left attached. And we did that way on purpose in case we have to give them a little help. I don't think we will. He's got nuclear engines. And he's got 2 nuclear engines. They both have nuclear engines and decent amounts of fuel, so I think they'll be able to get out to Paul and Bop just fine. I wasn't sure how much fuel to add to the space plane. Let me turn on some lights again. So we've added these tanks here. They Rockamax X216 fuel tanks. And we have some of these LV909s on here because they don't take up much space. We didn't have much space to work with. And let me turn those off again because they're so bright. When we had the additional fuel tanks out here, they were sticking out basically to here, to this line I'm drawing on the screen. And so we had to be very finicky about how we built a little interplanetary stage on here. Now, you may not be aware, and I wasn't either until I tested this, you don't actually need fuel lines to go from the tanks to these engines. What are these? I don't even know what these are called off the top of my head, but these little structural doodads, they actually transmit fuel from the tank to the engine. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay, so enough of that. We can turn RCS off, leave SAS on. We're going to Laythe, right there. And the maneuver will probably be fairly simple. I want to try something fun, though. You can see just by pulling back on the retrograde, we end up with a Tylo interaction here. And so I'm thinking, just for fun, let's do another gravity assist. This time, we're going to go on the inward side of the moon. And that's going to slow us down and bring us closer into the center of the system. And I was wondering, can we figure this out to where we go from there to an interaction with Laythe itself? So let's just move some things back and forth. Oh. Laythe encounter right there. See, we got one. Okay, a little bit more than T-minus 1 minute until our node. Let's calibrate the estimated burn, though, because it's probably inaccurate. Indeed it is. So that's going to be an estimated burn of 43 seconds. And I think these engines don't provide electrical charge, do they? No, they do not. Okay, so let's turn the lights off just for now. And speed up. Okay, right about to there, and then go! We're probably going to have a stupid amount of fuel left over in these tanks. I wasn't sure exactly how much we would need. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen once we got out here. It wasn't really till we got out here till I had the idea to land on Tylo first and then to send the 2 guys in and the 2 guys out so that we were sort of midway between the 5 moons. So I added a decent amount of fuel to this guy with that in mind. Not knowing exactly what would happen. Okay, here, whoa. Stay on center. He's slightly off balance, but not too bad. Not as bad as some of the other ones. This guy is hard to fly in atmosphere, though. He is not an optimal plane. And bloop. Point. Oh, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Look at that. He's quite off balance and whatnot. He's hard to fly in the atmosphere because of the shape I had to try to emulate from the transformer. All right, so we let's see. We have our periapsis down to 600,000 meters. That was about as close as I could get it without spending a lot of fuel. And that will get us a Laythe encounter. And since I'm not seeing a periapsis to our Laythe encounter, maybe we won't see one until we finish this thing, or maybe this means we're just going to crash into the planet, which is fine. That's kind of what we want, is to do that, so that we can use the atmosphere to slow ourselves down. And yeah, we have a dumb amount of fuel left. All right, well, next thing to do, let's do a Tylo flyby. Let's turn off SAS. Oh, I can't while it's in time acceleration. Okay, now let's do a flyby. Is it this one? Is that Tyler right there? If it starts shooting towards us. Yes, that's it. Okay. So we're going to do a flyby here so we don't have to look at that screen really. I don't think. Periapsis. Yeah, okay, we should be fine. Here it comes. Speed up. Whoa! Oh, we're coming in hot. Maybe we should rotate over. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Too much. Too much. Yes. Look at that. We're going to do a loop-de-loop around Tylo. And then we will... Uh-oh. Yeah, it changed a little bit. Okay, I'll just have to do a modification once we get away from Tylo. Shouldn't be too bad. And we do have a lot of fuel left over, so that's okay. Little gravity assist. I want to get better at the gravity assist, so this was a good opportunity to just do one that... It would be very hard to screw up because we have so much fuel left over in this thing, and we just need to land in the atmosphere. We don't have to get into orbit or anything. Right, escaping. Bye-bye, Tylo. Thank you very much. There it goes right there. Okay, now that's quite enough. All right. So from here, what is our... It's not telling us our ascending, descending node. I assume that's a good thing. Let's unset it and... Oh, there it goes. It wasn't set as target. It's a little error there. But 0.2 degrees is just fine. So we have to do... Huh, that's a little bit... Oops. That's a little bit more off than I thought it would be. So it looks like the maneuver node wasn't quite accurate. Okay, so what if we come out to here? I guess I'll just have to fiddle with this a bit until we get something that works. Hey, here's our next burn. So I had to find another maneuver. Because for whatever reason, the calculations were incorrect for that last thing. Maybe because we went through time acceleration when we changed sphere of influences. People have told me to be careful about that, but we've got another one here. And we're going to slow this big elliptical orbit down basically to what you see, to the dotted line, and then we'll run into an interaction there. Let me stay on target. Stay on target! And let me just test something here. Yeah, these engines, these are the ones that don't provide electrical charge. I guess the trade-off for them being so small is that they don't provide you any electrical charge. Okay, let's see, did we do it correctly? Yeah. And then we're gonna end up with an encounter. Laythe encounter, and it's not giving us a periapsis or apoapsis. So that's good. That means we're going to hit the atmosphere. I hope, unless something else screwed up. So that should be that. We can hit that. And we've got plenty of electrical charge. I do have some static solar panels on here in case we run out of electrical charge by mistake. That's my standard operating procedure for basically every ship I make now, is to have at least a couple of those little guys on there. And then once they get a little bit of juice, then we open up the big ones. If we happen to run out of electrical charge, but I don't think we will. Alright, go around the circle. Do-si-do. Slow down. Okay, there it is. There it is. Right there. And so let's get into the sphere of influence, and then let's try to figure out how we want to land on the thing. It's mostly ocean, with sporadic islands here or there. So I guess we'll try to pick the biggest one we can see once we are a little bit closer. All right, and then as we cross over here, I'm going to go back down to... I'm going to slow down. People told me, don't change sphere of influence at a high time acceleration. Maybe that was the problem that happened just previously. Okay, that's a little bit shallow, so let's grab our... Oh, we're in time acceleration. Let's come out of time acceleration, that's first thing. Let's go to prograde. And I just want to modify our trajectory ever so slightly. So that we have a little bit of a periapsis here. So we come in a bit shallower into the atmosphere. I don't want to just crash vertically into the thing like we're skydiving. And we still have over half of these tanks that we're going to get rid of before we go in the atmosphere anyway. Alright, get a move on, little doggy. I suppose that maybe a more efficient way would be to burn this way instead of this way. But we have plenty of fuel, so it's not a big deal. And that already is quite shallow. That's probably good enough right there, but let's bring this up to like 20,000 or 15,000 or something like that. The atmosphere, if I remember correctly, extends up to about 50,000 meters. So let's bring it down to 20. That's definitely shallow enough to aero brake. There we go. And then once we get there, it's going to be rotating, I would imagine, as we come in. So this island is a nice size. I don't think there's any significantly large landmass on the thing. But first thing we want to do is just land. And then if we can land successfully on it, we may, if we have enough fuel, take off and go somewhere else. But we don't have a ton of fuel in this thing. This thing is, I've said it a bunch of times, but it's not optimally designed for exploration. It's designed to look cool. I'm hoping that in the lesser gravity of Laythe, which is 0.8 compared to Kerbin's 1.0, it'll be a little bit easier to fly, but we're going to have less air pressure, which may make it harder to fly. So maybe we'll just have to fly a little bit lower to sea level. Well, here we go. And I think I'll come down to about 60,000 meters, and we'll do a quick save just in case something crazy happens. There they go, the numbers are plunging. Yeah, it looks like we're going to come in right over that island right there. Maybe that's the best bet, is just to land as soon as possible. Whoa, okay. Okay, we're coming in the atmosphere right now, so I need a quick save right now. This is the atmosphere. Okay, we need to... No, tip this way. And I guess it's time to get rid of those. Bye-bye. Okay, that enabled the Rapier engines. And let's see, what mode are they in right now? Closed cycle. And they should be on automatic switching. And we're within the atmosphere. They haven't switched yet. I'm not sure exactly what causes them to switch. Intake has 0 so far. This is my first time coming here, so I don't know exactly how it's going to work. How much fuel did we use? Probably nothing. Oh, there we go. There's the atmospheric effects. Still on closed cycle. The intakes are starting to get something. I want to see if they do it automatically. From previous experience messing around with space planes, it seemed like the Rapiers, once they go to closed cycle, will not automatically go back to air breathing. It seemed, at least to me, they only automatically switch to closed cycle. They don't switch back automatically. And there's that big island. And we're slowing down. Yeah, maybe we should land there. That seems like the likely target. Why is our camera like this? Oh, because we're still in orbit. Okay, once we come out of orbit, the camera will shift so that it looks like we're just behind the cockpit, I guess. Okay, 20,000 meters, slowing down. No need to use the engines. Still in closed cycle. And the intake is still pretty small. Okay, so we'll just wait. We can glide for quite a while. There's the island. I think that's where we need to go. We could probably even land there without using fuel if I was a very good pilot, and I'm not. And okay, now we're out of that. There we go. Okay, the camera shifted. Good. That's reassuring. Down to 1,400 meters per second. I don't want to turn until we slow down quite a bit more. I don't want this thing to go into a flat spin or something. That would be terrible. But I think that island is the only thing nearby. We could fly over to here, but it's going to be in darkness. So I think what we should probably do is fly in this direction a bit until we slow down a bit more, and then we will bank around and try to land maybe on this area over here, which looks fairly flat. Okay, we're going 1,000 meters per second. Let's see if we can do a banky-banky. A banky-banky. Ever so slightly. Okay, let's see how quickly this responds. And I don't want to get too far away from it. And that's how you go into a spin. I do have all these canards up there. I had to click on it to remember the name. Okay, 600 meters per second. Yeah, the atmosphere really isn't turning us hard. Like, the atmosphere still seems fairly thin. And, okay, let's check on our... They're still in closed cycle. Oh, we've got plenty of intake, though. Yeah, see, they don't switch back. Okay, toggle mode. Toggle mode. And our specific impulse has risen to almost 2,000. All right, let's go. We don't want to fall into the ocean. And that's what we're doing if we keep going this in this manner. Yeah, okay, good. Our little direction indicator, our prograde marker is rising. We're banking around. Our engines are extremely efficient. Everything is well in the universe. All was good. Awesome. Okay, so now we need to come back to the mountain and basically just land. And at that point, we can sort of assess the situation, decide if we want to go exploring. If we have the fuel for that, we may not. I have to take this thing back into orbit and then back all the way to Computron, which isn't necessarily going to be an easy task. That's why I have this nuclear engine, because these things, once they switch to closed cycle, they're not nearly as efficient. But it's flying alright so far, as long as we don't have to do any, like, really dramatic dogfighting stuff. Air intake's doing well. Yeah, pretty much full on. Specific impulse, 2520. I think that is close to the cap. And I'm not sure how high this mountain is, so I'm gonna angle slightly up. We're actually falling though, so I need to angle up more. I just noticed that. There we go. Okay. And then once we get closer, we will slow down a bit. We're only going 113 meters per second though, so we don't have to slow down much to land. Really, what I want is just a nice flat bit of mountain, which I saw just on the other side of the peak. We could even try to land over here, but I think I want to try to land in the center. Although, now that I think about it, maybe we should try to land by the beach. Maybe we should try that. That would be cooler, wouldn't it? If we could walk around on the beach. Yeah, so let's go down there. I changed my mind. I'm throttling down. Throttle down! So I'm going to continue coming in this direction. We're going to lose some elevation. And then once we get over closer to the shore here, I'm going to bank around to here and try to land over there. That's the plan, yeah. Why would I want to land on an ocean planet and then land in the middle of a big island where I can't get to the ocean? That's silly. Oh, and I think there's actually... Is there a kraken somewhere on Laythe? I'm going to have to look up where that is. We probably won't get to that this episode. I think somewhere in the Julian system there's an actual kraken. And if possible, we need to go look at that, don't we? I think so. I don't know where it is off the top of my head. We'll have to worry about that later. But that seems like something we need to do. We need to go look at the kraken. Okay, let's actually speed up. That's not really doing much. Didn't really change our velocity much. We're accelerating, but not very fast. Our specific impulse is all the way down to 2300. Oh no. And let's see how much fuel have we used. Actually, it should be coming from here first. No, from here first. 19 out of each of these tanks, so 38 total fuel. Okay, let's pull up a bit. Let's level off. I'm not sure exactly how high this is. I'm assuming the sea level is 0. I'm just going to assume that, but that might be wrong. This is pretty cool. It feels like we're on Kerbal, but we're not. We're on a moon orbiting a gas giant, and we're flying a plane. This is pretty cool. This is something I've wanted to do for some time, and it makes me want to come out with like an entire expedition just for Laythe with like water boats and aquatic, what do you call them, aquatic planes that can land in the water and set up stations here and stuff. I want to have like a whole research thingy going on. Okay, let me, let's see, can I see from here a little better? I'm trying to land up our landing. I want to land basically right here. So we want to come basically to there. We're almost there. And then we'll come in along this vector, like this. Our altitude is slowly dropping. Not a big deal. We can raise it without much effort. Okay, I think this is good. Let's go ahead and bank. Here we go. Hut Hat, are you ready? So this plane, aside from Scattershot, this one's probably the most dangerous mission because of the possibility of going into flat spins or screwing up the transition from air breathing to closed cycle as you leave the atmosphere. It was very possible. Well, not it was, but it is very possible that we lose this ship on the way out of here. And so it really shows my confidence that I brought Hut Hat, my favorite Kerbal, with me. I gave him the priority of being able to fly here to the coolest of the Julian moons. He's my Jebediah. Hut Hat is my Jebediah. Look at this. Man, this plane looks so freaking awesome. It's a shame it doesn't fly better, but it is so freaking cool looking. I'm so glad we made this. We need some like heavy metal and some sparks going on right now, or maybe just like a hairband music video, maybe not heavy metal, hairband from the late 80s early 90s kind of thing. All right, we're coming in just right, 88 meters per second. I want to be a little bit higher than this ridge here, this little dark bit, and then we're gonna land, I think, just on the other side. Let's get some screenshots. How about that? I don't take screenshots often enough. I should do it more often. Get some screenshots. Nice screenshots. All right. Oh, crap. Pay attention. Yeah, we're going to hit that. Let's go up. But in the thick part of the atmosphere, we can climb pretty quickly, so it's not a big deal. And then, yes, it looks nice and flat on the other side. Okay, let's throttle down. Landing gear. Here we go. Perfection! Perfection! Hut Hat! 10 out of 10, Hut Hat. 10 out of 10. Okay. Brakes on. This is pretty cool. It looks like sand dunes. I wasn't really... I hadn't even thought of what the islands would look like, but that's what it looks like. Just sand. So maybe all these islands are extremely ephemeral, where they're here today and gone tomorrow. We're quite close to the beach. I wonder, can we taxi? Let's see if we can do a taxi job. Throttle up a little bit. Okay. Let's turn. And let's go down by the beach, if we can. Let's not get too unstable. This guy, because I had to add landing legs to the front here. I want to come down here. I added landing legs to the front because if you remember the tests we did when we were testing this thing on Kerbal, I had one here. Let me just make sure we're not about to crash into anything. And these things were bobbing up and down. They were pretty heavy, so I had to put a landing leg on each of those. So landing it was quite simple. One of the easiest things I've ever had to land. Barely had to think about it. Just hit the B button to brake. And this is the ridge we just flew over, so it may be kind of steep. I want to brake just before it, so I can get a look over the edge. Oh, okay. Brake. Stop. Stop. All right. I think it would be prudent to leave the plane here and to walk Hut Hat down there. Getting the plane back up from that slope would be pretty hard, and with that in mind, I'm going to turn it around so that getting out of here, just to make sure we can do that before we go all the way down there. Yes, okay, should be fine. Okay, so let's stop. Let's park it here. Parked. We made it, Hut Hat. Okay, Hut Hat. Hut Hat is going to EVA. I guess before he does that, let's do some science. Log seismic data. The tidal forces appear to be churning the interior of the moon. A seismic scan from Laythe's surface. Keep data. My voice gets quiet. It's like, ooh, so dramatic. Log gravity data. The sensor scans the local gravity of Laythe, recording the influence of Jool. 280. Awesome. Okay. And then extend ladder. I don't remember if I put that on an action group. Probably not if it's just the one. Hut Hat, EVA. And I tested this ladder. Let's just make sure. Yeah, still works. Okay, should be fine. Oh, wait, hang on. Come back up. Get back in for a second. I need to check something. Let's board. Yes, okay. Electrical charge 699. Turn SAS off. And open the solar panels. There we go. Let's do that before we leave. So when we're ready to get out of here, we should have full electrical charge and it won't be sitting here draining while we're wandering about enjoying the sea life. Oh, you just want to jump off? Okay. We already confirmed the ladder works, so you can do that. Oh, don't knock off the air intake, Hut Hat. And let's see, is the sun rising or setting? I think it's about to set, actually. So let's hurry down to the beach before it sets, and maybe Hut Hat will spend the night at the beach. Run, Hut Hat. You don't have much time. We'll run down to the beach, check out the water, and then after we've landed all 5 of the Technobots on all 5 of the moons, we will go back to the individual moons and do more exploration. First, I just want to land on them all. We already finished Tylo, and I couldn't really linger around Tylo. I kind of wanted to, but Tylo would be hard to explore unless I took a rover there, but it's just not the way it worked out. But the other 4, we will do a little bit more exploration. Can I even get down here before the sun sets? Ooh, we don't have much time. Run, Hut Hat! Run! He's running. He's running. I don't actually know what'll happen if we touch the water. Will we die or something? So maybe we should just look at the water. Look, but don't touch. Oh man, this is quite the jog. Quite the jog. Oh, look at our elevation. Slowly dropping. 281. 279. Really, I think maybe we should have... Now, this is a mod. When I finish my main Kerbal Space Program exploration, when I feel like I've done everything the vanilla game has to offer, I do plan to try out some mods. And one mod I would like to see, that I just thought of in my head right now, would be one that adds a space center on Laythe. Laythe Space Center. And then you could just, you could do missions around here, around the different moons. That would be pretty cool. You could send space stations to Jool. That would be pretty cool. We need that mod. Somebody make that mod. We need Laythe Space Station. And then we can have a Laythe Space Program. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay, how much time do we have? Look at my shadow is getting longer. The sun is close to the... Look at that shadow. The sun is very close to that horizon. Hut Hat, hurry! Hut Hat, hurry! Having the time of his life. Having the time of his life. Well, here we are. The sun is setting. Let's not waste time. Let's take a surface sample. Surface sample from Laythe's surface. The soil sample contains traces of salt. You wonder, it has blown here, or you wonder it has blown here? You wonder if it has blown here, hello, or if the area was once underwater. I'm gonna guess, wow, 420! Keep data! Holy cow! EVA report. This place seems nice. You're so comfortable you feel like taking your helmet off. Yeah, you checked the box on your report for looks breathable. 112. Keep data. All right, we are here. Last thing to do, let's plant a flag. How about that? Plant that flag, Hut Hat. As the sun sets on Laythe. Yes, that's right. Autobots transform and roll out. Laythe landing. Hut Hat's triumph. That's what we'll call this flag. Laythe landing, Hut Hat's triumph. Blammo. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this episode. We landed on Laythe. I'm real excited to be here. Laythe Space Program. Get on it, mod makers. Laythe Space Program. I want to be able to switch back and forth from the Kerbal Space Program. What's it called? The Space Center. I want to be able to switch with the flick of a button from the Kerbal Space Program buildings and whatnots, the Space Center, the Kerbal Space Center, to the Laythe Space Center. Laythe Space Center, get on it! Alright, we'll see you next time. Next time, we're gonna send Lightspeed and Afterburner out to the 2 outer eccentric moons. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.